Within our app component, we'll begin with our side panel. And the first thing we'll add to it is a user panel where we'll be able to log out of the app. Within side panel, we'll replace the starting div with a menu component from Semantic UI React. And the menu will contain a number of custom components, but first we'll add a number of props to it, give it a size of large, give it the inverted prop to make the text that we'll have within the menu light in color. We'll make it fixed to the left-hand side of our app component. It'll be a vertical menu. We'll give it a style prop where the background will be set to the hex code 4C, 3C, 4C. And we'll give it a slightly larger than usual font size of 1.2 rems. If we save that, take a look at our menu here on the left-hand side of the app. As I mentioned, we're going to add some custom components within it, within the menu tags. The first will be the user panel. So we'll create the user panel component within our side panel folder. We'll import React. This will be a class-based component, a stateful component. We'll have our render and our return. And we'll start out with a component of grid from Semantic UI React. On it we'll set the style tag, make its background the same with the hex code 4C, 3C, 4C. And within our grid tags, we'll have a column where we'll have a grid row. So we can have a number of rows within each column. And on it we'll set the style. In particular, it's padding to 1.2 ems and a margin of 0. And within the row tags, we'll include a header. So make sure to import that from Semantic UI React. I'll just add a comment above the header saying this is our main application header. Within the header we can have this set of content tags to specify the text content. We'll make this dev chat. We'll give our header an inverted prop. We'll float it to the left and we'll make it an H2. And within our header we'll include an icon, so we'll import that. And it'll have the name code. If we save that, and make sure to export it at the bottom, export user panel, and then import it within side panel. If we save once again, you can see our dev chat header up at the top with our code icon. But on top of having a header within our grid column, underneath the row we'll have a user dropdown where a user can select a number of options, and for now we want to include the option of being able to log out of our app. And before the closing tag for our grid column, we'll add another header with a style and its padding set to 0.25 ems, and this will be as an H4 and inverted once again. And we'll put the dropdown component within the header. We'll bring in dropdown component. We'll set the trigger for the dropdown, what will trigger opening the options within the dropdown, and an options prop which will display all of the available options for our user. So the trigger will be a span with the text of user, and the options will be a function which will execute as drop-down options. So we'll create drop-down options as a function on our user panel, and we'll immediately return from that an array. And this array will have a number of objects within it. There'll be a text property on each object, for the first one, we'll just have a span where it tells us that we're signed in as a certain user. And this first option will be disabled, since it won't be something that we can click on. We're just telling our user that they're currently signed in. The next object will have text property with the span set to change avatar. Now our user will be able to click on this soon enough to be able to change their avatar. And then we'll have an option for a user to sign out. And we need to provide key properties to each of these objects. So we'll just give them different names. For example, the first object will have a key of user, next we'll have a key of avatar, and the last we'll have a key of sign out. We'll save that. We can take a look at our dropdown, we can click on it, we can see our options for change avatar and sign out.